Now client number 4, which is basically they import the best quality wines from various parts of the world and they sell locally in the restaurant or the event. So this is like they have a best quality wines available on the country, and they purchase and they store it into the warehouse, and from the warehouse they store it to they sell it to the stores or to the restaurant, and then they serve to the end client. So they want to build a Power BI report for purchase and sales and share with their suppliers. So the duration is like 2 months, and the data structure is like they have a different ERP system, and from that we get the data through an API, and that API we store it into the SQL server, Azure SQL, and from Azure SQL we start to build the report in Power BI. So that's how it is. So even though the in-house application what they have, it contains those information, but still they want to move the report into Power BI and then share this report with the supplier. So that's an important thing which they want to do. So they are using a CRM application. We build an app using Visual Studio C# and publish into Azure App Services to extract the data from the CRM APIs and store it into Azure SQL. So this is a kind of we communicated with the vendor of the CRM, and they have given the APIs, and also they have teach us how to get this information and which API provide what information. So they have a clear documentation of that, and we have analyzed that, and we built the Visual Studio project and publish into Azure App Services, and it runs every day. It gets the data from that API and then store it into SQL Server on a regular basis. And we build the report in Power BI report also, taken care of license and setup configurations of Power BI service. We are acting as a kind of vendor for them, and as well as the service provider. And the challenges what we faced is sometimes the API doesn't work from the CRM and the refresh didn't happen. So the data and the data and time info. So what happened is like this is a kind of we had to get the data from API. Sometimes when they update something on the ERP system, the CRM application doesn't send the data through API. So it failed to refresh the data, and we are not aware of the data get refreshed or not. So what we did is we added the last data refresh date and time into the report so that they can aware of, so this is what the last refresh date and time. So those are the challenges which we have faced in this project, and it's like 2 months of the project, and we have completed successfully with that. And one thing I forgot here is like the sharing of the report with the supplier. So basically whenever we want to share the report to the external people, so either we need to have a premium license so that we can assign to other peoples, or by adding those users into Azure Active Directory group, or they need to buy a separate license for themselves. So and then we can share the report with the row level security so that they can get the view of that report. So we have given them the solution, but actually what they preferred is like they have created different bookmarks for that. For each and every supplier they have created different bookmarks, and that bookmark they have shared with the other peoples. So that it's a kind of public report itself, it's not as secure, and we have clearly informed them. So this is just the starting of this phase, so they want to do this way, but later on they have moved into a premium license.